And everyone was like looking at me like, what the fuck are you doing with this stick? And what I did is I walked over to the playground and I moved like all the gravel out of the way. And I just started carving shit, like circles and stuff. And the other kids would come over and they'd be like, hey, freak. What the fuck are you doing? And I was like, oh my god. I found dinosaur bones under the fucking playground. And the kids were like, you're fucking weird. And I was stoked. I thought, yeah, man, I found these fucking dinosaur bones, and the nuns are going to be like so excited, and I'm just going to get good grades. That's not what happened. But what did happen is that the nuns called my house. They called my parents. And they said, your fucking kid's weird. He's got like this thing for making shit. And you should encourage him to do more of that. So my parents went out and they bought me an oil painting set. I was 9! I was fucking using turpentine at 9! So this is my earliest recollection of work, right? This was work. Making stuff was work. And for me this was interesting because I want to talk a lot about work. Because we all work, right? I want to talk about work. But I want to talk about work, the word, not the action. So I'm talking with some friends, and I said, hey man, I want to do this thing called Beyond Play. And that's gonna be my presentation. And my buddy was like, why the fuck are you going to do that? Like, you know, no one wants to hear you talk about play. Because people have to work for a living. So why are you going to talk about play when people have to work? And I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? And they said, well, why do you want to talk about play? Because people have to work for a living. So this freaked me out. So I conducted this experiment. Is it up there? Yeah. So I conducted this experiment. I went to a bunch of adults and I said, what is the opposite of work? And all of them said play. And this really fucked me up because that wasn't my answer. And so I was like, oh my god, like, this is so weird, that's not my answer. So I asked a bunch of kids. And if you're following me on Twitter, and if you have kids, I asked you to ask your kids this question. And I got about 100 responses back. And out of those 100, only 4 kids said that the opposite of work was play. Most of them said lazy, some of them said home, some said relaxed, boring. I love that one, right? You're not working, not fucking doing anything. Fuck, that's boring. So I love that. Hard? And I was like, hard? Why the fuck is the opposite of work hard? And I don't know. If they were under 7, the answer was not work. Very zen. I like that. Very zen. I like home, right? Home is pretty good. Fucking if you're not working, you must be home. Fucking genius. And so this made me think a lot because I don't see the difference. You know, for me, work and play are kind of the same thing. You know, I play for a living, and that play turns into work. Work is play. They're not antonyms. They're not opposites of each other. They're actually the same thing. And if you're not playing, your job must suck. So we've got to bring more play into our work. Now, let's talk about some people. Let's talk about this fucking guy. Mark Thiele. Mark is a great guy, lives in Cologne, Germany, runs this conference called Beyond Play. And what's interesting is that he used to run this other conference. And he's just recently changed his conference to Beyond Play. And this made me start to think about some shit, right? And it made me think about this. Flash Forum conference, which used to be Mark Thiele's thing, is now called Beyond Teleron. FITC in Canada used to be called Flash in the Can. We had this conference called Flash on the Beach, now it's called Reasons to be Creative. We used to have this conference called Flash Belt, now it's called I.O. OFF used to be Online Flash Film Festival. Holy shit! Flash is dead, just in case you got any doubts. And so this made me think about some stuff, like, words can be funny things. Like, we had this word flash for like a really long time. And what flash meant was that you were experimenting and doing creative play, that you were trying things, right? But you can't keep doing that. Like, with time, new technologies emerge. We have things like processing, we have like open frameworks, we've got Cinder, we've got WebGL, we've got HTML5. We've got all these great things that are happening right now. Now, fuck you, okay? Because I just want to say that actually HTML has been trying really fucking hard for a really long time, right? It used to be called HTML, and it was called HTML, then it was called XHTML, and it was Web 2.0, and then HTML5, and that one fucking stuck. But let's not fuck around. The truth of the matter is, you're talking about HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Who fucking cares? Holy shit. Has anyone told me to fuck? Huh? Great. I love you too. My phone number will be in the bathroom. Technologies, because what's interesting is that if you think about it, our industry is looking for a new way to define creative play. It doesn't matter whether it's Flash or HTML5 or Process or any of those other stuff. Our industry is hungry to sort of foster more of this creative play, and a lot of that has sort of died with the Flash community. So where was I? Mark lives in Cologne, and in Cologne there's this really fucking great building called the Dome Cloister, which I lovingly call Evil Cathedral, which is, it's just fucking evil. Right? So I'm gonna play, so I fucking go into the cathedral, and they've got these like really crazy stained glass windows, and I look at this stuff, and I'm constantly thinking about creative play, how to engage in creative play. And with this, I'm always open to inspiration. And I'm thinking, like, how can I use this to my advantage? So this is some film. It's used by silk screeners, and they print on black, and that's how they pull their silk screens. And I just ended up printing on it, and only to find out that it actually takes color really well. And experimenting, playing, there's no client here. This is just trying to expand my creative sandbox. And what's cool is that during the day, the light floods in and you can see it pulls the color onto the floor. And just the opposite, if it's nighttime, it actually lights the outside. So constantly engaged in this creative play to try to do new things with my work. Now, in this evil cathedral, they've got these fucked up floors. And so, you can't, if you're watching me draw out here, right? And then you look at this slide, you're like, holy shit, he's fucking ripping off evil cathedral floor. Yes! That's exactly what I'm doing. Right? Looking at that kind of reflection thing and going like, dude, I could fucking totally write a program that steals that. And so I'm looking at these sort of forms and structures that I see in life to try to bring into my work. And again, this is all just creative play. All creative play to try to figure out what the fuck I'm doing. They have these like great floors. I really love the floor inside this whole cathedral is like really beautiful. So anyway, I'm in Evil Cathedral, and I'm slated to go home, and then this fucking shit happens. And I got trapped. I got trapped in Germany. I was in, hey. Whoa, that was really close. So I'm trapped in Germany with this volcano. And I'm at Mark's house. Mark is like, yo, man, come live with me. And I'm like, cool, I'll come live with you. And I'm at Mark's house, and for some reason, we have to go go into his basement. So he's like, yeah, man, you know, come in, let's go down to the basement. And I was like, sweet, cool. And I walk downstairs and I'm like, boom! I'm like, what the fuck? Freaked out! I'm like, dude, this is your basement! He says, yes! It's my fucking basement and you really need to calm down. Maybe switch to decaf or something. But this sort of like inspiration hunting, right? Not only do I have to go hunting for inspiration, but I have to be open to inspiration coming to me when I'm not ready for it. And it ends up that I do this whole like series of work based on Mark's basement. And so like I'm making all these things, right? I'm fucking around, and then Hector calls me, and Hector's like, hey man, it's our 10-year our 10-year anniversary. Do you want to design the cover for the book? And I'm like, holy shit, I've got this basement to show you. And it ends up becoming the Aim High, Keep Moving book, all based on Mark's floor. So what happens is that this creative play and this inspiration hunting ends up leading into work, right? But it starts as play, it's always play. And this kind of play eventually finds itself into client work. So this work, you know, just by happenstance occurs by hitting Mark's floor. Now, while I really like this floor, no, switch back, not me. I can't even begin to tell you my love affair of carpets. Holy shit. Now, I'm not sure what the job requirement is to have this job, designing hotel carpets, but I'm pretty sure you have to be on acid. Right? Am I right? Like, imagine that job interview. Are you a designer? Yes. Are you on acid? Yes. You're hired. Oh my god, I love that. You know what I love more than this carpet is my fucking shoes. My shoes. I fucking love my shoes. Look at my shoes. Do you know why I love these shoes? I'm gonna show you my shoes. Do you know why I fucking love these shoes? They're not stinking, I swear. I just had love. I just had love for you. Do you know why I love these shoes? Because I got these when I was 9. And it's like, it's the thing. It's the thing that grounds me to the earth. The fucking 9-year-old. It's the only reason why I like these shoes is because it reminds me. Okay. I'm available for dancing. So I love these shoes because they remind me to be a kid, right? They're stupid. I had them when I was 9. And so they constantly remind me to be childlike. Now, I'm at fucking Mark's house, and Mark's looking at my shoes, and he's like, yo, you like Vans, huh? I'm like, yeah, I like Vans. He goes, oh yeah? Oh yeah? Yeah, me too. I'm like, really? 6 pair? 6? I don't fucking think so. That's 22. Clearly, winner Davis. Yes. Look at him, he's so sad. Look at his fucking face. He's so sad because I beat him. So you know what he does? He sends me this other email. He says, I am? Look at that hat. Look at that. I went, oh. Really? We're going there? Really? Because I clearly have this battle won. Now, I was a sponsored skateboarder. Maybe like Pete was pro. I was amateur, which meant Pete got paid, and I just got free shit. Which was kind of a cool deal. But I was amateur, rode all throughout the United States doing demos and stuff, and I have a half pipe in my backyard. I had a midlife crisis, and I built a half pipe. And I'm 40. And I walked into the wood shop, right? I walked into the place and I was like, hey! And the guy's like, hey. And I'm like, I am going to build a half pipe in my backyard. And he was like, awesome! And I was like, yes. But I have a question. If I buy too much wood, like, can I bring the wood back if I buy too much? He's like, no problem. I'm like, cool. So I'm building my ramp, and I go back. It ended up that I didn't have enough wood. So I went back into the place, and I said, I don't have enough wood for my ramp. And he goes, oh, how's the ramp going for your kids? Oh, no, it's for me. So yeah, he wasn't too thrilled. Now, you may be wondering who's the body on my half pipe. Jerry came over, and Jerry does not know how to skateboard. And Jerry said, I want to try this. And I said, no. Jerry said, no, I'm just going to do, like that on the bottom. And Jerry fell. And he landed, he fell down, and he says, oh, I think I hurt my arm. And I went, fuck off, you didn't hurt your arm. He said, oh, I think I hurt my arm. I'm like, fuck off, you didn't hurt your arm. He says, no, I didn't really hurt my arm. And he lifted up his thing, and his bone was sticking out of his elbow. So, that's fucking Jerry's elbow. So the lesson is if you come over to my house, can you fall somewhere else? Because I really want to fill up the ramp with bodies. Cool? So yeah, skateboarding. Skateboarding is huge for me. I still skateboard. I mean, I'll always be a skateboarder. If you're a skateboarder, you totally know what I'm talking about. It's a lifestyle. And for me, graphic design isn't much different, like when I'm skateboarding, like I arrive at a place and I'm looking at the obstacles, I have to overcome those obstacles, I have to figure out how to not kill myself in these obstacles, to try to find that perfect line, to try to find that beautiful moment. And for me, graphic design is the same way, right? It's trial and error. It's like, try shit, I'm gonna fall, so on and so forth. So skateboarding is very much a part of my life, and it's also a part of how I think about graphic design. Now, this is last year, 39 years old. It's the highest air I've ever done. It's 9 feet out of the bowl. Just falling sucks. I love that picture. I showed this to Mark's kids. Mark has 2 kids. And put it back. Yeah, get the fuck off me. No one wants to see me. Mark said, well, that's not very, his kid said, that's not very impressive. He's just holding on to the tree. Give yourself projects. This is something I'm always doing. This is a great conference that happens in Mar del Plata, Argentina. Argentina! No one. All right. That took a while. What happened? We're in siesta. This is in Mar del Plata. There's a great conference down there called Tree Marching, and they had this party afterwards, and we all got to the bar, and they just had all these masks laid out, and everyone who came to the bar was drawing masks. Pretty cool. On the woman with the blonde hair, that's Marion Banches, who's an amazing type designer. And then right next to me at the bottom is Alejandro Paul, who's another really great type designer. And so give yourself projects. That's me being a space invader. I'm constantly doing this, like creative play. This was cool. I would go to college and my professor would give me shit to do, and I would try it. And as soon as I got out of school, that shit ended quick. So who's challenging you? Well, you have to challenge you. So I'm constantly giving myself these problems and these tasks. And I might be masochistic.